Well, Boss Baby is an animated kids movie from 2017 by DreamWorks that I haven't watched. Well, mostly because I think that the premise and idea is just out there. I mean, take it from an outsider's view, like mine, with no actual knowledge of what it is about and all that. Just seems like a cash grab with nothing to actually teach the kids. It just looks like another flashy animation that is just there to be, well, flashy. But the movie isn't the main topic of discussion today. No, 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 no. Because apparently Netflix thought that it would be a great idea to make a TV series adaptation of Boss Baby. I don't know what they were thinking, but now we have an entire series of babies being corporate businessmen. Yeah! Netflix really went downhill. Or did they? You see, while it seems like that both Netflix and DreamWorks just lost their minds, they actually create something that isn't half bad. So here is my review of the first season of The Boss Baby Back in Business. The Boss Baby Back in Business was released in 2018, only around a year after the movie was released. Or, if you live in Miami, only 4 months. The show follows a group of characters. First we have the Boss Baby, also known as Theodore Templeton. But if I'm not mistaken, they actually never call him by his name in the show. He is one of our two main characters, and the only one of those two that is likable. He kind of reminds me of Iron Man before he became Iron Man, but with a more business-oriented attitude. Then there is Timothy Templeton, the brother to Theodore, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I despise this character. He is mostly here for comic relief and to give moral lessons to the viewer. He is your typical annoying 70-year-old kid, but his only selling point is his great imagination. He sometimes has these brief moments where we, as the viewers, get to see what he is thinking. And they do that with cartoonish visuals. And I would not complain if they had made the entire show like this, because then it would look good. But more on that later. And then there is Stacy, Theodore's main. She's the baby who has to appeal to the emos, and thus she often threatens people to get her way. When she's not being terrifying though, she's just kinda there, doing whatever the plot demands her to do. And then we have Jimbo, who's just there. He's the bronze of the team, so of course he has to be stupid. And fat. And for some reason always run around half naked. I know it's a kid show about babies and all, but if an adult with ill intentions get any idea because of Jimbo's attire, then DreamWorks is gonna get into some major shit. Anyways, Jimbo's entire personality is like a gentle giant type. As I said, he is strong, he's stupid. He often just serves as a comic relief when Tim isn't on screen. And he is also shown petting cats through most of the season, which definitely won't come up as a plot point later. Then there is your generic villain. Some triplets I didn't really care about. This one vent baby. A big CEO baby, who nobody likes. A champ who just drops one-liners like it's nothing. The mom. This is one newscast lady. And at last we have the man, the myth, the Chad himself, the dad. This guy plays bass, just like me. So he's clearly the best character in the entire show. And now that we know the characters we're dealing with, I can actually tell you what the show is about. You see, every episode usually follows the structure of something makes people hate babies and or liking cats more instead. And then the mega fat CEO baby threatens to fire Theodore and his team. And then they have to solve the problem. But not before Tim cracks a few bad jokes, Stacy being scary, And then Jimbo being an absolute doofus. I'm sorry, I meant to say doofus. I don't know why I said doofus. Then Magnus drops the best one-liners, and Theodore is trying to keep it all together. They then save Baby Corp and make babies even more loved, and is given job security until the next episode. There's not much to it, but there's a red thread and some continuity going throughout the show. Basically, Bootsy Calico, the main villain, has a plan that he's been putting in motion ever since the second episode, and his plan involves 6 kittens in different locations around the town. And when the time is right, he'll just use those 6 kittens to trash the town, because why not? Then like the Boss Baby team just comes together and foil his plan with baby love. After all that, everything goes back to normal, except for the mega fat CEO baby. He gets fired and sent on a trip to wherever the clouds lead to. I don't know if he's alive or not. It's kinda hard to tell with this show, because this show, while being marketed as a kids show, it is not a kids show. It is more for the older kids. There is a constant mention of violence, death, crime, nudity, corruption, scamming, animal abuse. Boss Baby even gets his drink spiked in an episode, and there is sexual tension. Man, if it just had smoking and gambling, it would have hit the jackpot. Here, I'll run some of my favorite quotes from the show by you, and hope that'll convince you that this is not a kid's show. If I can't beat a teenage girl, who am I anymore? What's the play here, Templeton? Torture? You don't have the stones. Snatch and grab. We move stealthily and silent, like the cold hand of death. Claws, bloodshed, anarchy, and terror. And my personal favorite, you were our vet when we had the cat who tried to kill the kids. It's more of a tongue twister. There is an episode where this lady licks cats so she can collect their fur to turn into coats and sell them at the price of cashmere coats, while they look like cashmere. The entire punchline in the episode is that she said cashmere instead of cashmere. Ha ha ha, funny joke, you may laugh now. Ha ha. She then gets thrown into jail, of course, because scamming. Then there's the episode about the corrupt cop. That's a cat. Yeah. And then the episode where they have a contest to see who's the cutest baby. And if the babies screw up, they are made fun of. And it's only after the contest that they think, oh, this might not be a morally good idea. And then of course the episode where the Boss Baby gets struck by his parents. And then Tim gets beaten up by the flight attendant to make some babies happy. You know, I could go on, but let's talk animation. The animation is like, yikes. However, it looks like something from the early 2000s. I'm pretty sure that Ice Age looked better than this. And Ice Age had some serious nightmare feel. It's a cartoon with actual stunning visuals. No, it kinda looks like the Ben 10 reboot, but better. And without ruining a great franchise. Got him! But sadly, we had to get this. And you may ask me now, but Nicholas, what are the good things about this show? You've been shit-talking it for about 9 minutes and 30 seconds. And to that, I'll respond. The writing is decent. The voice acting is good too. Yeah, that's 2 things. That's 2 things. You're following. And the soundtrack is decent, and it sometimes interacts with the objects in the scene. Like when the Chad Dad plays that sick bass solo. A little note about his bass solo though. He shouldn't be that good at shredding the bass. In the episode you see him have blisters all over his fingers. So he must like have maximum been playing for 2 weeks. Of course, if he's that good in 2 weeks, he'll have... Of course he has so many blisters if he got that good in 2 weeks, but... 2 weeks! And he's already intermediate. It could be a joke about bass being easier than guitar, but if it is, screw you, DreamWorks.
Let's ride.
I guess I'll go die then. All in all, it's not a bad show. Go watch it if you don't really have anything else to do. And DreamWorks, I know Boss Baby 2 is in the works, but you know what would be great? Megamind 2. Thanks for watching if you made it this far.